if you're wondering whether you should play on World Tier 1 or World Tier 2 until you hit level 50, I'm going to answer those questions as fast as I can. Just real fast here, guys. So the TLDR is World Tier 1 is going to be way easier. If you're playing a class that sucks at killing things like Druid, for example, or at least sucks early game, then Adventure Tier 1 or World Tier 1 is going to be the play, because you get 20% more XP for doing Veteran, but the enemies have way more health, so it kind of is a net neutral or net negative, and the enemies are smarter in general on World Tier 2. So generally, for most casual players, World Tier 1 will be faster to level, and on top of that, it'll be easier because you'll die less often, and every time you die is a huge time loss. But if you're really skilled at the game and you have a class that's really OP and you have one of the super meta builds that you're doing, and you found an item that gives you one of the superpowers or whatever that's perfect for your class, then maybe go World Tier 2, because you can just mow them down anyway in like 2 seconds, basically. If it feels that way, then World Tier 2 will be a little bit better. But generally, for most people, if you're just trying to level as fast as possible by yourself, World Tier 1 will end up being the play for most people. And then the other thing is, if you're playing in a group, then suddenly everything's a lot easier because your way that characters synergize with each other. And then you can try World Tier 2 and hopefully just stomp everything and destroy it immediately. And then it doesn't really matter as much. But if for some reason you're still getting farmed, then, if it's really hard, then just go to World Tier 1. But generally, that 20% is not worth the increase in enemy health and stuff like that. And the drops between both are virtually the same. It's not till Nightmare, World Tier 3, that you actually start getting the sacred unique items that can drop stuff like that. These ones, there's pretty much no difference in the drops at all. Gold doesn't really matter. So generally, you're just going to go with World Tier 1 if you're trying to level as fast as possible, and if you're just wanting to have a enjoyable experience. Now, Veteran will make it harder. So if your goal is not to level fast, your goal is just to have the game be as hard as possible the whole way through, then obviously you're going to want World Tier 2. That's about it, guys. I just want to do a quick TLDR version of whether you should play World Tier 1 or World Tier 2. So hopefully helps you out. Now you know which one to play up to level 50. And then also after that, you want to play Nightmare and stuff once you hit level 50 because of the better gear. So once you get Nightmare and Torment, you actually want to play on those ones. But 1 to 50, generally World Tier 2, unless you just feel super OP and can one-shot anything anyway with whatever build you end up with.